What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today I've got for you guys some more Rise of Iron gameplay that I got to record at Gamescom. This time I want to take a detailed look at the new director, so the planets and activities, what's there, and also what's new. We're going to take a look at the new menu system, everything that's changed in Rise of Iron. And then finally I'm going to go through some of the new armor sets that I didn't get to show the first time around. My initial video going through the armor just showed off the kind of like more ordinary looking gear, but now I've got some more footage of the new armor sets and properly inspecting them, so a bunch of stuff to look over in this video. So let's begin with the director and what's different here, and of course bear in mind this is still an early Rise of Iron build, it isn't the final game we're going to get, so it may look slightly different in the final build. This is as close to Rise of Iron as we're going to get so far. So once you click on the Earth planet, of course you're going to get the new and expanded version of the old Russia map. This of course includes the Plaguelands with that red kind of misty effect going on right there, and as you can see it's basically just slotted right on top of it. We've got the Wretched Eye Strike as the only actual node that we could select at the time. Of course that is the brand new strike we've got gameplay of on my channel. At the bottom we also have the Fell into Peak social space. I'm assuming that's where the node is, but in this build it wasn't clickable, so obviously we couldn't go there. Obviously there are a bunch more nodes in the Plaguelands map, there are a ton more of the missions and the strikes and everything else. In this build they basically took off everything except that one strike, which we go and play. So we also have in the main director and the orbit screen, we have the Rise of Iron Prelude. So this is actually the opening cutscene that plays when you first play Rise of Iron, and I did not click on this, I haven't actually seen this cutscene yet. And as you can see, there's no X button to play option. So even if I wanted to play it, I wouldn't be able to. And even if I was allowed to watch it, I wouldn't be able to show you guys either. So there it is, the Rise of Iron Prelude. So next up we have the kind of activities we can see. We've got the Nightfall with the recommended light of 360, which is pretty interesting to note, and also some modifiers which we'd expect. We have the Weekly Heroic, which is definitely very interesting. This rewards a Radiant Treasure, which you can see. For the first time, we can see the icon, what it looks like, and this, of course, is the new Sterling Treasure. So, of course, these are going to be earnable in-game through a couple of activities on a weekly basis. You can also just buy them from Eververse. Some things we know that are included so far are, of course, going to be emotes and those kind of cosmetic stuff. Also, some lenses that kind of like change the filter and the tint of your screen, which are purely cosmetic. And also some ornaments which you can apply to exotic weapons, which make them look visually different. So now we know that one per week is guaranteed to be in the weekly heroic playlist. I'm not sure where the other Radiant Treasures might be earned. I looked on all the other nodes and none of them could be found there. So far, we just have one location we know of, but I'd expect probably like 3 or 4 or 5 locations per week you can earn Radiant Treasures from. Now, of course, the light level for this is 350, which is interesting to note as well. Of course, the legendary marks will still be awarded there, and also the modifiers are still applied to the playlist with that perfect Nothing Manacles and Scatter Grenade modifier set. Now, the daily story is 350 light. You can see the description, funny enough. It says, clear the way to the heart of the Seaver threat and open a new front on this war for other Guardians. That's kind of a vague description of one of the campaign missions. Again, we didn't play it either. I'm not sure if it would have even let us, but we did not play that mission, just a description of it. There's also Clash as the daily Crucible and Rumble Supremacy as the weekly. In terms of the Crucible screen, there's the new Supremacy and Private Matches nodes. Those are 2 brand new ones. There's also that amazing background art, which features the brand new armor sets, which I always love. I've always really thought those looked awesome. The kind of like head-to-head kind of Guardians going at each other with their brand new armor sets. We have the Strike playlist, which shows off Legacy at the bottom, the Taken War Strike playlist to the left, the Seaver Crisis Heroic at the top, of course the same Heroic playlist which I just showed you at the menu, and also the non-Heroic normal version of the Strike playlist to the right with the recommended 320 light. So let's take a look at the menu and some of the new additions and actually explain what they mean. So over here you might notice we have 12 new ornament slots, and these are described as embellishments for weapons and armor. Obviously we all know by now what ornaments are, but these are 12 slots, and a lot of people were being confused thinking there might only be 12 ornaments. Of course there are a lot more than that. We've already seen a bunch of weapons, I think like maybe 10 to 15 exotic weapons that have ornaments alone. And then on top of that, of course, armor sets, there are legendary armor, so those all have like 2 ornaments each. There are a bunch of ornaments in the game, of course a lot more than 12, but you have to store them in your vault. I'm not sure if applying an ornament to a weapon is going to take out of that ornament slot, but you do have to kind of micromanage your inventory in the fact there are only 12 available. So on the progress page, you've got a slight reshuffle in the order of where the sections are. So all of your ranks and reputations with the vendors, they're going to be displayed on the right now instead of the bottom. And of course, the bottom is now going to display your 16 bounties, still the same quantity. We've got the quests in the middle. And then on the left, we've got a bunch of books, which can be your Sparrow Racing book if you have that. The Year 2 Moments of Triumph, the new Rise of Iron Record book, which is going to be very important. And of course, any other books they include as well. On the roster page, there's also a slight change in the fact there's now a section for a clan, and it's going to encourage you to join one. And if you are in one, it's going to show you details of your clan, who's in it, who's online, and stuff like that. So now let's take a look at a bunch of armor sets that are available. I basically went through and recorded every single set that I could see in the build that looked new and interesting. So firstly, you have the Mangonel set for the Titan, which is based like a Vanguard set. One of my favorites for sure. I really love this style. I think it's based off like a Year 1 armor set, which is why I love it so much. It's really simple, and I definitely prefer this kind of simpler Titan armor style. Really cool in my opinion. There's also the Dream Eater set for the Hunter. This may be Vanguard, I'm not too sure, but this is a really cool armor set. It's slightly similar to the Long Tomorrow 9G, which is the PlayStation exclusive armor set from Sublime Engrams in the April update. I think it looks a lot better, the coloring, and definitely the cloak is a lot better in my opinion. That's the Dream Eater set for the Hunter. There's also the Stellar Impact set for the Titan. We've seen this a few times already, but I've also shown off with the Moments of Triumph shade to make it look a little bit different to the green we always see, but this is a cool armor set as well. There's also two other items I didn't show off in my initial video. The Light Rider Sparrow, which I believe to be Vanguard, looks like the Vanguard colors, and also the Timeless Treshkova, which is the PlayStation exclusive ship. It's pretty average in my opinion. It's based like a blue version of the Fatal Vision, but still pretty cool as a model nonetheless. And also the Raku set for the Titan and Warlock. Sort of new, they're kind of like Dark Below-ish armor sets, nothing too special right there. The Future War Cult for the Titan and also Hunter. These aren't too new, they're based off the Taken King armor sets, which aren't too exciting. There are a few, mainly the faction sets seem to be borrowing the Taken King armor sets. And finally the Dead Orbit Warlock, which again is very similar to Taken King armor styles. So there we have it, that is a full look at the brand new Director, the new inventory and menu options, and also some new armor sets. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, a like rate to be much appreciated, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It's got a ton more Rise of Iron videos on the way from a ton of gameplay I got to record at Gamescom. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.